Travis, let's start with, it's pervasive. It's a pandemic, and it's affecting all of college basketball. In your mind, what are we doing wrong? What are we not getting right?
I think we're getting a lot of it right. I think, a lot of people probably don't understand the protocols that are in place. Obviously we want to keep our student athletes safe and healthy, but they want to play, right? They want to get out there. They want to compete. We gave them all that option kind of heading into the year. And, whether they wanted to play or not, they could opt out. And they all to a man said, no, we want to play. Again, we've tried to keep our guys as safe as possible. They've made a lot of sacrifices, but also understand you can do everything right and still get bit by COVID-19. So, we're dealing with it as a program right now. But again, I keep on telling our guys, you just got to focus on the things you can control, stay positive, and this will end here soon, and we'll be back playing hopefully here sooner rather than later.
How are you dealing with the irony that when we talked to you going into the season, it was all about get to 13 games, and here you are paused on 12 again and again?
Yeah, it's obviously, we've talked about getting to that minimum threshold of 13. That's what the NCAA had deemed what would qualify you for the NCAA tournament, right? And, we're right there. We were able to get 7 games in, our first 7 in 15 days, and we played, 5 in the last over a month and a half, basically. But there's going to be hiccups. We know it. We're not the only program dealing with it. A lot of programs across the country are, and it's about how you deal with these with the adversity will determine the fate of your season.
Travis, how do you envision, you got 12 games left in the schedule plus 3 to make up, and now the schedule's, squeezing down. How do you envision getting all the games in?
Yeah, we would love to get all 20 Big East games in if we can. Obviously we've played 5 at this point, so we have 15 Big East games that we still have to play. And again, I don't know how it's going to work. We're going to leave that up to Stu Jackson and Val Ackerman at the Big East office. But we'll do what it takes. If that's playing every other day or whatever we need to do, we'll do it. We obviously want to do our part. Our guys want to play in as many games as we possibly can. So we may have to get creative with the schedule.
Travis, what's it like when you have to tell the guys, it's bad enough when you lose a game and you go, okay, well, at least we can play next week. And then it happens again. What's the reaction like, and how does each time get a little bit more difficult to deal with?
Yeah, it's hard. I think what makes it even harder, Gary, is just the fact that you start watching TV and it's like, man, you see all these other Big East games and college basketball games going on. And it's like, man, well, we're not playing. We should be playing. And I think that's really difficult. It's the uncertainty of it, right? And it's not just in college basketball. It's all across all businesses, right? It's just the uncertainty that there is in the world right now. We don't know when we're going to play next. We don't know who we're going to play next. We're hopeful. But, again, we just take it day by day and just stay positive, stay together, keep them engaged. But it is a very, very difficult conversation to have because I think everybody wants a plan and know what's going on. And, man, it's like I said, you just got to take it day by day here with COVID-19.
So in some cases you find out right before, some cases like this week you find out, well in advance. So what does the week look like for you and the Musketeers when you're not going to play a game that week?
Yeah, it's hard, man. We're dealing with contact tracing. That's out of our hands, obviously. So, right now we're just, doing Zoom meetings, making sure that those guys are staying engaged, any way that we possibly can to keep our team together, during this time of while we're quarantining. So hopefully we'll get some news here soon that we can get out of quarantine and get back to practice because God knows we need it.
Travis, free time that you didn't want, that you didn't expect, any advantage, anything that you're able to do that normally in a season that's crammed, one game after the next, that you may be able to analyze or do more than you normally would be able to?
Yeah, you I think you get an opportunity to watch even more college basketball, maybe some different things that different programs are doing that maybe we can add to what we already have in. But it's more about us and it's more about our system and kind of where we are. How do we improve our team, right? That's the question you always go back to is how can we improve players individually? How can we improve as a team on the defensive end, offensive end? What can we tighten up? I think we've got a pretty good pretty good plan moving forward. You know, you don't need many days to do that. You know, you just need a couple. So hopefully we can get back out there to practice so we can start getting some habits back on the defensive end here soon.